Will Smith is going to slap you, what's your plan? Let him do it. Act like I really got hurt. Probably settle out of court for a decent amount. He doesn't have to, he is video proof of the slap, he already is gonna get a ton of money out of Will and probably some major media appearances. Will likely just made Chris Rock the most relevant he's been in years. Not to mention, Will made sure that everyone in the country, and tons of people abroad, heard that joke. It would've just been a mediocre joke that wouldn't have even gotten mentioned after the fact, but instead, that clip's gonna be watched billions of times. Can you imagine being one of the best comedians of all time and the joke you're now most known for references a mid-tier movie that was made a quarter-century ago? Chris wants a do-over for that moment so bad. If a comedian is gonna get slapped by a movie star, it should be over some damn good material. All I could think about is Ricky Gervais being angry that he tries so hard to offend people at award ceremonies and he never got slapped, and then this C-tier joke got a reaction. Lol. Immediately call the Hollywood lawyer and tell him we're rich. Jackie. Your face is my case. Be humbled that I finally got Will Smith another hit. Chris Rock would have been a legend if he has made the joke after he sat down. After Will stopped cursing, you could see here Rock start a comeback, but literally stops himself and continues on. This guy had the restraint of gods on his side. I really wish he had said what was on his mind. I'ma sue Will and donate the money to alopecia research. You can bang his wife, but don't talk about her hair. You can bang his wife, just don't put her name in your mouth. His wife's name is the only thing you can't have in your mouth. You can ride her all you want, just be half her age and don't do it on live TV. Thank him for the free money. Please sir, I'll have another slap. Someone get Saul Goodman on the phone. Hell yeah. Slippin' Jimmy gonna deal with slappin' Will. Drop like a soccer player. He has more wealth than I can comprehend, so I'm gonna ham it up a bit to give my lawyer something to work with. Pocket sand. Tell another joke about his wife. Man just slapped the shit out of me and I didn't even get to duck his wife. There is about 2 seconds in that clip where I feel like you can see Rock considering saying something devastating like that, then he chooses not to. Would love to know what went through his mind. He literally says, "Oh. I could, okay." And then just moves on. Will's remark about keeping his wife out of his mouth most definitely made Chris think about a joke regarding Jada sleeping with her son's friend. Maybe he thought that was too much. I really don't think he intended to be actually insulting. He was expecting to get a quick chuckle and move in. I think he quickly had the thought about going in hard and decided against it. Think of mysterious long-lasting pains I have. I demand compensation for my pain and suffering. That slap reactivated my triggered C3 injury, knocked the taste out of mouth, and has humiliated me to ever work again in Hollywood. I'd like 20 million please. Plus a co-starring role in a future Will Smith movie. I said it in a few places before, but I think if you get Will Smith and Chris Rock to co-host the Oscars next year, you'll get a ton of viewership. Rock comes on stage with full boxing headgear and gloves, in a robe with a guy behind him carrying a stool and a spit bucket. Shit writes itself. It would not surprise me at all if Rock's next tour or comedy special was called something like Self-Defense, Striking Back, or even the Jada Smith Screws Teenagers Tour. Edit, or Things in My Mouth. You just know Chris had so many worse jokes lined up but went with a Mellow Guy Jane joke. Then he got slapped. Lol, it'd never make a comedian my enemy. Keep cracking jokes and think of how much money I will get from the lawsuit settlement. Each hit gotta be worth millions. Might as well rack them up, hurt for a few days, then retire. Get my wife's name out of your ducking mouth. I'll do it after she cleans up August's. Proceed to run away laughing like a madman until Will Smith catches and beats my laughing ass. I'd be more concerned about what she puts in hers. Tell him he should spend more time slapping dicks out of his wife's mouth. You hear Chris Rock murmur, I think he was close to unloading comically. Would have been even better. Someone would have 100% stepped in to stop Will Smith from doing it again too. No kidding, nobody stopped him because they had no idea. Has Will Smith ever had a PR issue until now? Use the little amnesia device so he forgets what I just said. I guess just stand there and take it, cause from the way Chris took it he must hit like a bitch. Or Chris rocks. He slapped me so hard, I'm surprised my hair didn't fall out. Or he slapped the hair right out of my head. I think Chris Rock got it exactly right. Just get slapped. Clearly. Plainly. On camera. And call a lawyer in the morning. Right? What else are you going to do when a multimillionaire assaults you on live TV with hundreds in the audience and possibly millions watching? Don't do anything stupid, then you got a ton of exposure and interest in future work with a lot of buzz, or at the very least a fairly easy civil claim. In fairness, it was the Oscars. So hundreds in the audience and maybe a dozen or so watching. Move in with my auntie and uncle. In a town called Bel Air? Sleep with his wife, then he wouldn't do anything. Harder, daddy. Keep my daddy's name out your ducking mouth. He couldn't physically hurt me more than he did with Wild Wild West. Or me with a lack of a sequel to Wild Wild West. Ha, I'm glad I'm not the only one that kind of enjoyed a goofy diesel punk western. Modern cinema is suffering from a tragic dearth of steam-powered super spiders. I have the power of Lord Xenu and one of your wife's lovers. Probably say ooh shit, so that's what it's like to be your wife? Damn, that would have sent Will over the edge lol. A part of me really wants to see how this play out Lamau. Follow up with well that was an entanglement, die a legend. I'm gonna be feeling that slap come August. Talk about his ducking wife. Talk about ducking his wife FTFW, you got some words out of place. Put all the settlement money on my bed and roll around in it. Ask him how August is doing. Hey. I'm not the one putting my dick in your wife. Will Smith just welcomed me to IRF. Must be a special Xenu greeting or some shit. Look him right in the eye and say, that's it. You're moving in with auntie and uncle in Bel Air. I just bought tickets to see Chris Rock at Radio City Music Hall, that's my plan. I just feel like on Will's part, it was so unprofessional. Like he could've handled it behind the curtains. I thought it was a joke because Will was laughing, but Jada obviously wasn't feeling the joke and let Will know, which set him off. Overall, this whole situation was messy and could have been handled differently. Sue the living daylights out of him? A full-grown man hitting a significantly smaller 5' woman who is unarmed and did nothing to provoke violence. A decent lawyer would have a fun time with that edit. My bad, I was referring to myself as being a 5' woman, to refer to the bad optics. I assumed Duke meant as individuals, not if we were Chris Rock. A lot of hard to pull off answers here. I'd just do the easy thing. His wife. Wait for the settlement. If Ricky Gervais ever does an award ceremony again, that Will Smith is attending, I want to see him make some reference to this and then put on a crash helmet. Tell him I cheated on him. He'll be too upset to try and hit me.